Good day, you absolute legends. Welcome back to another edition of Update News. Now, today's hot topic is a big update just happened to the public branch, which means if you was on Steam especially, you would have had No Man's Sky update to the latest and greatest version. Now, for PlayStation and Xbox, you guys either have already got it or will be getting it at some point in the next day or so. But before we do get into all of what's happening, can I just ask a massive favor from your very good selves? And can you just double check for me that you are still subscribed to the channel? The reason being is, as we already know, YouTube goes ahead and unsubscribes you, the viewer, from your favorite YouTubers without your knowledge or consent. It is a massive problem. As always, I know I can speak about it a lot, but it is a really big problem, like I said. So can you just please make sure for me you are still subscribed? If you need to resubscribe, then please do resubscribe. Or if you have been watching me for a while, you like what I do, you like the content that I make, then why not consider hitting that subscribe button? You definitely will not regret it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right on into today's video. So the news first broke on Twitter, as you can see right here, that the public version has just updated. And if you look at the build ID number, you can see that it is the highest number out of the experimental and the internal branch, which means that it's the latest and greatest from Hello Games for No Man's Sky. Very, very exciting stuff. But what is included within this update? What does it all mean? What's included and what can you expect? So let's have a look at the patch notes. So, experimental branch 16th of the 8th fixed an experimental only issue which caused various particle effects to be missing on Mac. Experimental branch 15th of the 8th fixed an experimental only issue that caused ships to fly beneath a planet's surface. Fixed an issue that could prevent installation of the Liquidator Minotaur limbs after completing the Liquidator's expedition on an existing save. Experimental branch 13th of the 8th is ported new volumetric clouds and high definition water to Mac. Experimental branch 8th of the 8th implemented custom color choice for Liquidator Minotaurs, improved freighter warping, and fixed an issue that prevented Longshore S-Wing and Longshore C-Wing ship parts from being extracted when dismantling haulers. Experimental branch 7th of the 8th improved collision on floating islands, improved discovery retention when at large numbers of discoveries, fixed an issue with the camera when the game is paused, clarified messaging when ending an expedition, fixed an issue with docking at spherical space stations, fixed a bug where swimming sounds could not stop, improved swimming audio, fixed a bug with teleporting to a freighter, added support for up to 8 mouse buttons, fixed an issue with water whilst editing terrain, fixed an issue with floating islands, fixed an issue with staff multi-tools lagging by a frame, fixed an issue where freighter squadron pilots' NPC names would not appear, implemented water optimizations, fixed the texture issue in reflections, fixed an issue which caused reflections to appear darker when they should, fixed an issue with jetpack trails being visible in the first person, improved quality of volumetrics on water planets, optimized culling to improve render performance, implemented optimizations to reflections, fixed a navigational crash, fixed an interface crash, fixed a crash in Physics Manager, fixed a rare loading crash, fixed a crash related to creatures. Ladies and gentlemen, I've just done that entire segment in one take, in one breath. I am very pleased with myself. Experimental branch the 2nd of the 8th improved the visuals of clouds during the transition to a storm, implemented a number of optimizations for cloud rendering, fixed an issue that caused the wrong control glyph to be suggested when reporting bases, reduced the VRAM requirements when running with VR, and fixed a number of crashes. So the next part of this video, ladies and gentlemen, is completely off script now, and I just want to speak about everything with the updates that we have been having, and hopefully, you know, I've seen a lot of problems in my comment section saying, well, you know, I'm still having this issue on console, I'm still having this issue on PC, I'm still having this issue on Linux, and whatever the case may be. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is a massive list of fixes that has just happened. And a lot of those problems that have been reported to myself have been in that list anyway fixed, or it should have been fixed. So make sure that you are using the latest and greatest from Hello Games. Make sure that No Man's Sky is updated on your chosen platform. Like I said, I'm not too sure whether or not this is out yet for the Xbox or the PlayStation, so just double check that. And anybody on those platforms, can you do me a massive solid and let me know in the comment section down below if it is been updated for you on that platform, whichever it is, and let me know what platform it is. That way then we can just make sure that everyone's fully in the loop with this. But if you have been having any of those issues or any issues that, hasn't been listed there, because there was some of the listings just saying fix a crash or fix the hang or whatever the case was. So it wasn't specifically saying what it was, just that it has been fixed. So if you have been having problems, can you double check as well, just to see, even though it wasn't listed per se on the list, if it has been fixed? Because then again, let me know in the comment section down below so we can make a small thread. So anybody who's been having these problems just needs to update to the latest and greatest, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, everything has been fixed. But I mean, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, it's still absolutely amazing that Hello Games is working so hard on No Man's Sky. And again, this just goes to show that even with the development of Light No Fire that they have been obviously doing now for the last few years at least, and working so hard on No Man's Sky, then obviously in my last video we spoke about some of the conspiracy theories that are going about there and everything else. It just goes to show that the team is still working bloody hard on No Man's Sky, and they're just going to keep on pumping out these updates and fixes and patches. It's absolutely incredible. But the main thing here is double check you are updated to the latest and greatest, and double check and see if you are still having issues. Obviously, any issues that you are still having as well, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you leave a comment down below and let us know exactly what issue that you are having, because as we know, anything that I do receive, I will also pan it over to Zendesk on your behalf as well if you haven't done already. And obviously this video then serves as a timestamp as well for Hello Games employees or Mr. Murray or whoever it is that deals with all this kind of stuff. Will also be able to look at the comment section of said videos and go, okay, this is still an issue, that's still an issue, we need to have a look at fixing that. But obviously I'll also make the Zendesk report as well on your behalf, but also make your own Zendesk report. I can't even speak today. So, more reporting is always key, and that way then we can make sure that any bugs that still exist for No Man's Sky is ultimately squashed and fixed, so then everybody can have a fantastic time. And before I do end off today, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say a massive thank you to all of my latest Patreon members. It's amazing to see so much support from your very good selves. And if you, the viewer, are watching this here today and you want to help support me a little bit more, there's no obligation for you to do so by any means. But if you do want to go down that route today, you can do by finding my Patreon link in the video description down below. The tiers start from literally a free trial, and there's absolutely no obligation to keep that past the first month, and then it goes through additional tiers after that. But every tier, ladies and gentlemen, gets you access to unlisted videos and all kind of goodies like that. But if you do want to go down that route, like I said, or you're just curious, you can go to my Patreon link, video description down below. You know what to do. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen, that's everything from me here today, and as always, my name is Professor Cynical, and I'll catch you all again in the next one. Bye for now.